All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. My name's JR. Today, Coco and Peanut are here to help me. Excuse me. Today, I want to go over real quick the Langmuir Systems Crossfire Pro. This is my CNC plasma table. It's, probably what most would consider a hobby grade plus table. It's 4 foot by 33 inches. I keep saying it's 4 by 3, but it's 4 by 33. This is the legs, the base. It's all hand tightened right now, and that's because I have to square it and I want to get wheels on it. One thing that I wish I knew before I started was how low to the ground this is. It's like 29 inches. It's kind of like a tall coffee table. My legs will bring it up a little bit more, and then, I don't know how high the table sits up yet. I haven't gotten that far into it, but I want to get the wheels on it before I square it, before I tighten everything down. So it's pretty rickety, and I was a little confused. It took me some time with the instructions. The orientation of these legs, they have big holes like this and small holes like this, and then they have these bushings that go in. So the bushings go in a small hole and keep the tube from collapsing. So like these take 2, this one took 2. You see one's down there, one's right there, so you gotta stack them up with a nut. Once I figured out the orientation of all the legs though, probably, I hope so, it was pretty easy. They put everything like it's labeled. The instructions tell you, you need bag 13, and then there's a giant bag of nuts. So for nuts, I went in and got bag 13. For the set so far, I had to use bag 4, bag 1, 13, and I think this is 29. Yep, 29. So I'm keeping these around until I'm done, but all the hardware's in one box. All the legs and tubes were in this box, which is heavy as hell. If you didn't know, most of the weight, once I opened it up, I realized was in the slats, to hold your workpiece up. But this table, it's not unaffordable. It is expensive, but it's not unaffordable. It's something that you can buy for your shop. This is not intended to be my main money maker. It's just something that I can have to screw around with, and I'm sure I can get my money back. My plasma cutter is the Prime Weld Cut 60, which I bought because they recommend a Razor Weld 45, and I saw people, everything's back ordered. It's currently November 2021 when I'm shooting this. So everything's back ordered. There's problems. People were bitching about not getting them, whatever. So I went with the Cut 60. I had it in literally 3 days. And I've seen some videos and some photos of the cut quality of the Cut 60, and they look amazing. So I went with that. You can use a Hypertherm, you can use whatever. I added the torch height control, which adds $400 to the cost. So, it'll maintain the Z height, which is up and down, if you don't know, Cartesian coordinates. It'll maintain the Z height over the workpiece if it's warped or if it kicks up or whatever, which matters because the flame of a plasma torch is like a rosebud, and it's, skinny, fat, it tapers off, it's different shapes, so that'll affect your accuracy. So hopefully the torch height control helps with that, helps with cut quality, helps with it not ramming into tip-ups or anything like that. I anticipate having this fully together, so that'll be this whole video, hopefully by the end of the week. I ordered some inserts for casters so I can roll it. And the reason that I want to roll it is because I would like to I'm going to keep it up against this wall, but I'd like to be able to swing it out and pass material through because I can index cut infinite length. Also, I can just pass my material through. And what'll be most helpful is when I'm building my oven over there, I can cut the material for that as well really easily and quickly. So I'm really happy to have this. I'm going to make signs and stuff like that and sell them locally. I'm not going to try to compete with 9 million people on Etsy or anything like that. The idea is like lighted street signs, business signs, logos, things like that. So But yeah, we'll get into putting this together. I'll bring you guys back once I have the casters and the inserts for them, and we'll continue putting it together. I'll show you guys anything else that you might need to know. And I'm back, it's the next day. These inserts showed up. They're from a place called McMaster Car. If you're not familiar, if you ever worked in a factory, everything you buy to make stuff comes from McMaster Car or Granger. Those are the two big places. I'll have a part number in the description for these if you care. If you have a Crossfire Pro, but these go directly into the legs, and they have an M12 nut or an M12 nut cert dealio in them. And these casters are 4-inch casters from Amazon, and they have an M12 by 175 stud on them. So the way that I had it, these just stick in the tube in the bottom, like so. These are rated to hold 2,000 pounds. Even if I don't believe that, they got to hold at least, I don't know, 1,000 pounds. So in theory, I could put, you know, 1/2 inch, well, in theory, I could put 3/4 inch plate up here and cut it. So it could get pretty heavy. So I'm a little skeptical and a little worried about it, but we will see. I'm going to go ahead and throw these in there, square that table up, and we'll move on to doing the actual axes. So I'll bring you guys back. So it's been a few days. I'm back. I got Coco with me. She's cold. I have it 90% together. The table, to me, seems designed to leak. It's in 2 pieces. It's got this wonky flange. I don't know. I really badly wanted to just weld it together, but we'll go ahead and get started and not dink around. I'll follow the directions and we'll go from there. Other things that you might want to know. Maybe I don't read so well. I don't know. But they weren't really clear on how to install the bearing mounts for the Y-axis. The motors go to the back. So each side gets a motor mount and a bearing mount. The instructions just said install the bearing mounts and then install the motor mounts. So of course I had 2 on one side, 2 motor mounts on one side and 2 bearing mounts on the other side, which in hindsight is idiotic and would never work, but while I was doing it, it made perfect sense. The little legs, they suck to put on. They give you like self-tapping screws and you gotta lay under there. What else am I doing here? We'll go over here and take a look at torch height control, which will, for me, vary the height of the torch, because the sheet metal is warped or whatever. You got to open this box to put the thing on anyway, which is kind of dumb, but it's how they save. So you got to shoot screws through these 3 holes onto the side of the machine to hold the whole thing on. So no matter what, you're taking this cover off. But this was like a $400 upgrade, probably worth it, I'm sure, I feel like. There's a D13 pin, which you probably can't see, but there's a D13 on the board down there. And it should just snap together, and that'll be that. The next thing that you guys see will be me running a jog program and Coco taking a nap because she's sad. So we'll be back.